Yes, baby. Yes. Yes. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Hi, y'all. So I posted that I was going live at 8 Eastern, but I'm on Central Time. So it really was supposed to say Central. But nonetheless, thank y'all for joining me. I just wanted to go live really quick and share with you, like, share my story with you. Like, how did I manage to, build an online business? What does that look like? How did I end up in Costa Rica? Like, what does that look like? And I felt like, because I get a lot of DMs, a lot of questions, I was like, let me go live. So I wanted to hop on here this evening to just, be transparent. And I hope everybody is having a wonderful evening. If you could, I would like to know where everybody's checking in from and how you're feeling, things like that. So obviously I'm in Costa Rica, and where is everyone else from? Miami in the house. Hey, Miami. That's so cool. Memphis. Okay, that's so wonderful. Minnesota, that's amazing. Hey, everybody. So, like I said, I don't want to be too long-winded. I just want to hop on here really quick and just share some information. And I really just want you to take away whatever you want to take away from it. But my intention is for you to be inspired, for you to know that there is, your dream, whatever it is that your heart desires, is possible. So I worked for Delta for a while. And I was a flight attendant for 5 years. And that was like my dream come true. I didn't see anything beyond that. I tell this story a lot. Like, I thought I was going to be that senior mama. That's what they call flight attendants that been there for a while. I thought I was going to be that senior mama, right? Like, still rocking my stilettos, still strutting down the airport, strutting down the aisles. I didn't see anything different for me. That's what I wanted. And I was really, really, really happy. And I also went into the aviation industry because I wanted flight benefits. And I always wanted to travel the world. So I felt like working for an airline would give me the freedom to travel the world. So, not minimizing anyone's position that you're in right now. I'm speaking about me. I limited the possibilities. I limited God, right? Like, I didn't even have the capacity to think beyond, working a 9 to 5 in exchange for benefits. So I ended up getting terminated from Delta. It was completely out of my control. And when that happened to me, I was forced to look at life. I was forced to look at myself. I was forced to figure it out because I didn't have a plan B. And so when it happened, it was totally unexpected. And I was like, not prepared at all. So I had to figure some things out. I then decided that, it was really traumatizing what happened to me. And it was just a lot to process. So I couldn't really fathom going right into another job. I did apply for some other positions, but I didn't hear anything back. Other flight attendant positions, but I didn't hear anything back. And so I, just decided to take it one day at a time. I did experience some depression. I did experience a lot of, it was tough. It was tough for me. And so I decided that, I needed to focus on my mental health and my body and focus on just my well-being. So I decided to, just change what I was eating. I decided to change what I was listening to. The situation that happened at Delta also really made me redefine who my friends are and just look at things differently. So I say all of that to say it was such a beautiful thing. And I didn't see it in the moment how beautiful it was, but that termination forced me to prioritize myself. But, you know, prioritizing yourself don't pay bills. If I could just be real, like, putting yourself first don't really pay bills. So I needed to figure out, how can I sustain myself? And the journey that I was on and how amazing I was feeling after detoxing. Like, I did 15 months of detoxing. I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking, I stopped I just went on a complete like and so yeah, so I was feeling amazing, and I realized how important, you know, what you put into your body is. And I realized, like, we literally are multi-dimensional beings, and what we eat, what we put into our bodies literally pollutes, you know, our eyes. It literally puts us in a space where we're like low vibrational, if that makes sense. But anyway, I say all of that to say it inspired me to create a space to not only educate others about healthy living, healthy eating, but it just inspired me to continue to inspire others to like detox. So I started a business called Vegan Dragon. And the vision behind Vegan Dragon was to show you how powerful it is to be a vegan. And it wasn't just vegan eating, it was just like conscious eating. And that takes a lot of overhead. Like, that particular pursuit took a lot of, I never made a profit from it. But I did meet a lot of people. But I wanted a pop-up, I wanted a restaurant, I wanted a lounge, I wanted a place where people can come and have options about what they want to put into their bodies. I was trying so hard to maintain that, but I didn't have any income. So I was like, all right, I need to get a job to maintain this particular business idea. So I ended up getting a job. Then it still wasn't enough. So I was like, well, maybe I can get some business credit. Maybe I can get a loan. Oh my God, when I went to go get a loan, like, my credit was so bad. I was like, oh my God. I didn't even know a credit score could get so low. And I was like, it was just ridiculous. So that's when I was like, okay, I don't have no money. This business ain't working. My credit is trash. Okay, what I'm about to do now? And literally, like, right around that same time when I had that revelation, I found out that I was pregnant. So then things really got real. I was like, oh, it's really on and popping. Like, I'm not in a good situation. So finding out that I was pregnant was like, all right, what you gonna do? Right? Like, what you gonna do? So I did work at the Ritz-Carlton, and I worked at this restaurant in Buckhead, Georgia. It was an upscale restaurant, and I was early in my pregnancy, and I was working really long shifts. My feet were hurting so bad. And I was just kind of like going back and forth with the job. And I was like, man, this ain't gonna cut it. And like, when the baby comes, what does this look like? Like, when the baby comes, I'm still supposed to come up here and wait tables. Hey, mama.
Hey.
So, yeah, I'm just telling them you were there, sharing. Can you please turn that down? I was just sharing, like, thank you. Sharing like the journey, finding out that I was pregnant. 1 second. Hold on, let's turn it down.
Phoenix is having a good time.
All right, let me finish this live, okay? All right. Relax. You want a cookie? Sorry about
Hey,
that.
everybody.
So yeah, excuse me, y'all. So I was talking about, like, you know, you saw, like, going back and forth to Buckhead, working at that restaurant, and it just was not giving what it needed to give. And the shifts were so long, and I was tired, and like, it was a lot. So that's kind of when I was like, something has to give. And I knew that credit could help, you know, get my life together. And that's when I started to study. I'm glad you're on here, because you saw me literally like dive into studying
Sun up
from
to
sun up to
sundown.
sundown. Like I
And
was just,
sun back up again.
yeah.
Some nights you wouldn't even go to sleep.
I
Yeah.
didn't. Like I was so determined. And I did not know what doors that would open. So I was so determined to get a better credit score to get loans and stuff. But I didn't know that what I was learning, I didn't know other people didn't know it. I didn't know that it was information that people were like, oh, can you tell me? Can you show me? So I was studying credit. And so, I started to apply what I was learning. And like my situation changed fast. And people in my family, friends, like they were just like, hey, can you show me? Can you teach me? And I'm like, yeah. So I'm doing it for free. And one day somebody was like, you know, you can charge for this, right? And I was like, charge for what exactly? Like, this is all free information on the internet. Like, what am I charging for? And they were like, you can charge for like consultations, you can charge for your time. I was like, oh, I can do this for people. So at the time, I didn't even know that I could transfer like knowledge that I just learned for myself into a business. So that was my very, 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 very first like successful business. I launched my business in January 2021. No, in November 2021. And in January 2022, like things were, I had made a lot of money. So I was able to transfer my knowledge of credit into a digital product, into an ebook, which at the time I didn't even know that was a thing. I was just like, listen, let me just document my journey, not realizing like, oh, this is a digital product. I'm just documenting. And then I started to get really burned out with working with people one-on-one. And so like after that, I'm like, what's a solution to still help people without having to do one-on-one? Online course. So literally I would just sit and talk to the camera and tell the camera everything I know. And then people that would come and say, hey, can you help me? Yeah, here's something I recorded. Here, boom. Digital products. I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah.
So that's how I started to make money online. And then it just kind of evolved. But I want to tell you about Costa Rica. And I'm so happy that my mom is here because she had like a really amazing revelation the other day. So can you bring me that? Can you bring it to me? So she had like this amazing revelation. So y'all know, well, you probably don't know, but my mom is biracial. Like my mother is German and she's German and black. And my grandmother is German. My grandfather is black. But my grandmother is like not your average German woman. Like I think she was like slick, like Latina, like she was indigenous, Portuguese. She was everything because she was so into culture. And she didn't play when it came to like she loved dancing. She just really was super diverse and versatile and loved everything about like the Spanish culture in particular. And she spoke Spanish and she loved the Canary Islands, which is also Spanish. And like this is what we grew up around. And so for my whole life, like she pulling us on the dance floor, teaching us how to merengue and bachata and how to salsa. So it's like, are you Spanish or are you German? So I just recently permanently relocated back to Costa Rica for the sake of having my baby and for the sake of my mental health. And Phoenix, for the sake of, just my own, what would the word be, Mom? Like peace?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And serenity. Peace and serenity.
Yeah. So for the sake of peace and serenity, I just decided to come back to do my, prenatal and just everything because here it's really a vortex of, I really can't explain it. It's something you got to experience. But I was talking to my mom and I was telling my mother, like, it just feels, I feel centered. I feel grounded. I'm finally feeling like reconnected to myself. I'm feeling like me again. I'm feeling like me again because there was such a It's been a very stressful time for me, if I can just be really honest with you. And it has nothing to do with business. It has nothing to do, it's just personal stuff in my personal life. And so there was I felt like I was losing my mind. If I can just be real. Mama. So in feeling like I'm losing my mind, I was like, okay, what works for me? Like, what is it that grounds me? What is it that like makes me feel whole? What is it? And it's nature. It's nature. And the way that Costa Rica resonates so heavy with our bloodline, the way that Costa Rica resonates so heavy with just like my morals, my values, the way that I want to raise children, the way that I just want to be one with all things. It was just the right place for me to be. So I want you to share, Mom, like the revelation that you had when I shared that, and then you were, thinking about your mother, my grandmother, and like what came up, because I love the way that you explained it.
So what I was talking about, just to kind of give the backstory, we were talking about our whys. Like, why do we do the things? Like, why are our goals, our visions, our dreams, like, why are they so important? And what is the motivating factor, right? For some, the why could be to relocate. For others, it could be, a certain financial goal, to be able to do things for your family, your children, whatever, whatever's important to you is your why. And all of us should have a why, a very strong why. And the other day when I was journaling, and then after that, Dom and I were talking, and like my why is to to continue my mother's legacy. My why is to pick up where she left off, because she took her visions and her dreams and her goals of us living on the water in a Caribbean environment, where everything is free and nature and just the pure, like in Costa Rica, that pura vida, like that pure life. The why is to pick up her vision and live it out, because she didn't get to do that.
Right.
She transitioned in 2019 and she had a lot of dreams. And like, here we are, divine alignment, Costa Rica, all these different opportunities to live out her vision.
Right.
And y'all, I want to cry because like that was so important to her.
Yeah.
And and the one thing that I will say, and this is for encouragement as well, like when we leave here, we should leave here empty. We should have been able to live our dream, to help the people, to make a difference in our community and in this world. We should leave here empty. And unfortunately, my mom left with her gifts and talents. She took them with her. I know she's here spiritually, and I know she is fueling this thing. I know she is all over it, spiritually. But like at the end of the day, like that's what we're supposed to do. Like we should not leave with our gifts and talents. So that is the why. The why is because this is what we were designed to do. This is a continuation of her dream, her bloodline, well, we're her bloodline, to live out her legacy. And for me to be able to live out the legacy, to leave for my children, to leave for Phoenix and Dom and, my other children, because it's more than just, Dominique, it's 4 of them, so to leave something where we know that we've made a difference, and that is the why. I don't want her dream to be gone with her. And so we are going to live out her dream, and we're going to bring it to fruition. And, y'all, and I'm so honored to be in the position to be able to do that, because a long time ago, those days, you couldn't depend on me to do anything, so whatever and I say that because whatever your situation is, and I know this is not what this is about, but that's kind of where my energy is, whatever is holding you back, don't let that be your stop. Don't let that be your barrier, and we say this all the time, like we got to get out of our own damn way, because it ain't what the people are saying, it's what we're saying. Like, what the hell are you telling yourself? Stop that.
Yes.
Right? Stop that.
Yes.
If you don't want people talking shit to you, then don't talk shit to yourself.
Thanks.
Right? Be gentle and do what you got to do, even if it's a little bit at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're all a work in progress. No one has arrived because, you know, then we're no longer here. You know, so give yourself a break, be gentle with yourself, you know, think about your why and let that be your motivator, like for real. But yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's
Man.
so, it's so powerful. And like just thinking about legacy, and thinking about traditions and like, you know, for my Oma in particular, like my Oma was everything to me.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the one that I could relate to the most in our family because she was crazy. Like, she was like wild. She didn't have a stop. She didn't, nothing was off limits to her. Nothing was impossible. I would come to her with like the craziest ideas. Do it, baby.
Yep.
Baby, just do it. If I was your age, I wouldn't like everything that I came up with, she was like, oh, either I did it already or I would have done it. And like my mama spoke on something so powerful. Like my grandmother took her dream. So the last thing Phoenix, the last thing my grandmother wanted before she, you know, left here was for us to live abroad. Like she was so, she was, she wanted us to come live in the Canary Islands so bad.
Yeah.
And she wanted us to live in the Caribbean so bad. And I'm like, oh my, ain't nobody about to be living abroad. Like she was so adamant about us living abroad. And I remember just like saying, all right, you want one again. And then here we are, like living abroad. Like here we
Mm-hmm.
are living exactly where she wanted to live. And like my mom said, like my Oma took those dreams and aspirations to the grave with her. But now it's our duty to live it out. Like, nah, Oma, like we ain't even gonna let you go out like that. We got
That's
you.
right.
But it was subconscious. Because my mother and I just had this conversation yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I was like, what a revelation. And it was interesting because when I was pregnant with Phoenix, I would have dreams about the Caribbean. Like I would have dreams about this little baby, true story, this little baby wearing a purple onesie with some purple shoes on. I would have dreams about this little girl all the time in the Caribbean. And the wildest thing happened to me when we were coming back to move to this time. I looked at her. She had on a purple onesie and purple shoes, and I was like, what in the spirituality is going on right here? Like I look at the baby I saw in my dreams the whole time. I was like, oh my God. So that was the ultimate confirmation for me. But I would have dreams about living somewhere because I would talk to her in my womb. I would say, all right, baby girl, how can I be the best mom for you? And I didn't have no money when I found out that I was pregnant. And I asked my baby, I was like, listen, like, what's the best way mama can provide for us? Like, I was so tapped in with her, and I was like, just guide us. And our situation, our financial situation turned around in 90 days. In 90 days, and we never looked back. So your situation could shift in 10 days. It can shift in 60 days. I don't know, but mine shifted in 90 days. So now we're talking about faith, trust, legacy building, and just really being intentional with your why.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do you want to move abroad? Why do you want financial freedom? Why do you want to make 6 figures in 90 days? What is the intention attached to it? What's up your sleeve? Is it because you want to be completely present? So I'm grateful, Mama, for this opportunity to just like do life with you and to do life with my little ones and to be able to like do it different, to be able to take Omar's dream and live it out. Because even though we were like really against it before, like now it's like all we want to do. So yes, she is the orchestrator. She is like, no, y'all gonna do what I wanted to do because that was her personality when she was here too. She was very invasive.
Yeah.
And like she wanted you to do what she wanted you to do. And if you disagree, she had a lot to say. So even now, like, just everything has been so amazing and so beautiful. So I wanted to hop on this live because I want everyone to feel inspired to, I just want you to know anything is possible. And if you are crystal clear on your why and you set your intentions, the sky is the floor. Like, the sky is not the limit, it's the floor. And so, like I said, I'm an entrepreneur. I sustain myself. Everything is digital. Everything is online. And Costa Rica, as you can see, we just gave you a little bit of a history lesson for our family and why we felt called to Costa Rica. Like, it was deeper than seeing somebody on YouTube in Costa Rica. Like, it was spiritual. Mm-hmm. So even with that being said, when you're wanting to move abroad and you're looking at places to go, make sure you're clear and you're not just, influenced by social media, and you're not just influenced by, what you see online. Like, make sure it's something that's really in alignment with you and your vision and all the things. So we are Costa Rica is home. Costa Rica is home. We were here 2 years ago and we established ourselves, and then we left. We left for we were supposed to just leave for a few weeks and come right back, but we ended up staying away and doing some traveling. We ended up, going to Africa. We ended up going back to Europe. We did a lot of traveling, but guess where we ended up? Right back at Costa Rica. Right back. So I'll be having my baby will be born here, which is really exciting because I get, like, the way they treat me, even though I'm not a citizen, they treat me like a citizen. I get free health care. I have holistic prenatal care in the middle of the jungle in a crystal dome. Like, I was getting prenatal care in the middle of the woods, and there was crystals and there was a waterfall, and I just sat there for a moment like, is this life? Is this life right now? And so the baby will be born here, and it's just easy to coexist, right? It's easy to coexist, and it's just ease and flow. Pura vida. Mm-hmm. It's literally ease and flow. So my mom is headed down next week, actually, and everybody else will be coming down too. But this is where we at, and the way that I am able to sustain myself is through the digital products that I created 3 years ago. They still support me. And I also have, I invested in other streams of income. So, like, there's other things, but I will tell you, I'll be honest, like, the bulk of my income is digital products. And so I'm hosting a workshop February the 1st to the 4th. And it's more systems based, like, it's more action based, like, it's gonna be step by step, like, what are some options for you, because a digital product or a course might not work for you. Mm-hmm. But maybe affiliate marketing works for you, or maybe a print on demand store works for you, or maybe you're just a person that is very personable and you can just host spaces, like host retreats. So anything that you're passionate about, you can monetize. And anything that you feel, for example, people need stuff. We're human. We need stuff. We go to Walmart because we might need some detergent, right? We'll go to Target because we need some new curtains. So you are a business in the making if you don't already have a business. What I mean by that is people are looking for you. They're looking for a place where they can come and get what they need. So you might not be a Walmart or Amazon, but you're a person with experience. You're a person with a very creative eye. You're a person that has the ability to hold space for people. And the person that you can reach isn't necessarily the person that I can reach. So in the 4-day course, we're also going to talk about how you can monetize your gift, how you can monetize and give people what they need from you, because maybe you overcame like some very traumatic situations and you can offer them a level of support and service because you went through whatever you went through. So it's going to be a very intimate setting, and it's not a one shoe fits all. So that's why we're also doing, you know, one-on-one support. But you will learn how to establish an online income that will support you 3 years from now. And how you can move abroad. It don't have to be Costa Rica, but you can move abroad, and I'll show you resources, and we'll share with you, like, how do you set a realistic budget?
Mm-hmm.
How do you book flights for your whole family? What does that even look like? So that's the workshop, February the 1st to the 4th. And I opened it up only to 10 people, and in 2 days, 3 days, 10 people signed up, and I still keep getting messages and emails. So my team and I were like, let's open up for a few more. So we just opened it up for a few more. And if you're interested, the link is in my bio. Right now, it's just a promo price up there. If you go ahead and secure the promo price, you'll be good to go. But the price will be going up in a couple of, it'll go up shortly, actually, very shortly. So if this is something that you're interested in, you can just hop in now. But we're just opening it up to a few more people. I'm saying 15, and we're just going to rock it out because there is a level of personal support, and we can't stretch ourselves too thin.
Exactly.
So that's something that you can do. Do you have anything you want to add, Mom?
No, I was just looking, there were some questions in the chat in reference to Costa Rica. So I was going to see, one of the questions was, is it easy to gain citizenship over there? It just depends on your circumstances. If you're having, like Dom, for example, having a baby, that automatically gives her legal rights to live in Costa Rica. But there is like an income, there's certain requirements that you have to have in terms of your income. The biggest thing is they want to make sure that you can sustain yourself. So having a business over there or having a certain income that you can prove is one of the ways that they gauge if you're eligible for citizenship, for lack of better terms. I mean, me personally, if you're moving, you know, that visa is good for 90 days. So you have people that do border runs. You can do a border run to Panama, get a stamp. Once you come back, it's like you just came back in. So then you have another 90 days if you're flying home. So every time you get a stamp in your passport from another country, that and you come back, it starts your time over. So I don't really know, you know, what your goals are, and, you know, as far as citizenship is concerned. But I will say, if you travel a lot, it's really not necessary, in my opinion. You know, unless you're just gonna go there and never leave. So that was that question. How do we get there? On an airplane. Book your flight and come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, as far as yeah, I didn't have anything else to add to what you were saying as far as the course is concerned. I know, you know, like you were saying, it's not a one size fits all. And I think that's what makes Dominique and I a good team, because of my, you know, I'm a Gen Xer, so my level of learning is a little bit different than hers. So, you know, if there's someone out there that needs a little bit more help with the basic stuff, you know, I can definitely, you know, help with that as well. So it's going to be very diverse, and there will be an opportunity for individual support to just help with the, you know, the basics. I don't know if some of you may have seen, like I had actually created a free book, an ebook that talks about some of the basics, the branding and your brand voice and your niche and all the things. So if you go to my IG, the link, the book is in my Linktree bio, and that's at Life Revitalized on Instagram. But yeah, I'm actually really excited about it because there's so many people with so many different talents and so many things, you know, that they can provide, services that they can provide. And like I heard a long time ago, like, don't deny people an opportunity to get to meet you, and don't deny them an opportunity to get your services, because what you provide is uniquely you. And I know a lot of times when we're looking in this digital space, it's like, oh my God, everybody's doing this and everybody's doing that. Yeah, they might be, but ain't nobody doing it the way you do it, right? You just got to remember that. Can nobody do it like you do it, right?
At
So
all.
don't compare. Do not compare to what other people are doing. Compare you to you and know what you bring to the table,
Yeah.
because that's your niche. That's your purpose. That's your gift. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And your gift is literally your special gift. And I wholeheartedly, my personal experience in this world, I truly believe that you will be compensated, right, for sharing your gift. I know it's a very tough thing to say, I can't charge for my gift, or I don't feel comfortable monetizing, or I don't feel, but one thing I will say for myself, I do not believe with anything in me that we were meant to slave and work a 9 to 5 in exchange for monetary gain so we can live a certain type of way. I believe that we were meant to share our gift. In exchange, we're able to live the life that we love to live. And something that I was journaling about the other day, like, people live paycheck to paycheck and it's draining because you ain't supposed to be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's draining you, and you don't see a way out because that's not what you're supposed to be doing. It's literally intentional. Like, it's intentional to keep you away and distracted from your creativity and your gift. But what happens with us and our gift, we completely like minimize ourselves. We are like, oh, I'm not as good as, let's say, like, who's a great public speaker. I'm not as good as
Les
who's the
Brown.
lady? Yeah, Les Brown, right? Or I can't do this, or I'm not. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, and you blocking your own blessing because you keep getting in your own way because you're not confident.
Mm-hmm.
You're not confident. I had a conversation today with someone that went and got a job so that they could sustain themselves, but the truth is, their business is what the world needs. So now we just got deprived of this amazing
Mm-hmm.
service because they don't want that. What they do, they believe in it, but they believe more in financial security from a corporation or an establishment than that financial security from the Most High, from God. Like, God is financial security. And y'all, I got stories for days. Like, I just don't understand. I can't ever not believe, because it's been moments where I'm like, oh, I don't, like when I got pregnant with her, like, how am I going to provide for this baby? And then it's like, okay, God, like, I know that I don't want to compromise my spirit. I don't want to compromise labor. I don't want to miss anything in my baby girl's life. So then I got like real bold, like, all right, God, like, I'm not going to compromise. I am surrendering. God, I am full fledged. All right, I'm in the passenger seat. Let's go. And then I'm like scared, shaking, but I'm still like, I'm not wavering. Like, this is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are.
I wanted to add one more thing too, when it comes to like compensation and not wanting to charge, and and I can say this from my own experience of just wanting to help people, right? So think about it this way. If you really want to help people, just think about how much more you could help if you charged your worth and then you had the means to do the things that you want to do as a service, right?
Yes.
Because you can use some of your money to build whatever that is, whether it's a nonprofit, whether it's helping the kids, whether it's, Toys for Tots, or, whatever that thing is, you can now create something where you can actually fund a program and then also get grants, right? But you can start there, but you can't start without any money. And if you look at nonprofits, like, they're always in need, they're struggling, people that are out here trying to help. That's why it's important that we get our businesses established, make money, and then you take a percentage. First of all, You take a percentage, you give it to whatever, you know, your dream, whatever that thing that you're passionate or that you're passionate about, and then it's a tax write-off, right? So you're helping an organization or your organization or whatever you're passionate about, and then you get to write it off, you know, because you've basically given the money away to provide for these people. So it's a win-win, but at the end of the day, it starts with us, right? From nothing comes nothing. So we have to start.
Yeah.
We have to start, and then we can help these organizations or
Yeah.
create our own. You
Yeah.
know, that's one of the things that Dominique and I talk about all the time, helping women with children, having a community. Those things take money, and you can get grants, but it's nice to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put these 10K right here to go towards the furniture. You know what I'm saying? You're not limited on what the people donate. You can go and buy nice things for the people when they come. You know, so I just wanted to throw that out there.
Thank you for that. Because statistically it's been proven like the more money women in particular have, the more beautiful the world is, because women have been statistically
We give more.
yeah, women give. And yeah, so your own business is always what I'm gonna shoot for, because I know that and someone really special to us is on here, and one thing she always says is like, shoot, where God gives vision, He makes provisions.
Absolutely.
So when you get a vision or you feel something, and like hearing her say that to me has carried me through a season of just like transformation.
Mm-hmm.
And so where God gives vision, God also makes provisions. So it's like, go with it. Once you get it, go with it. It ain't no reason to second guess it.
Right.
You got it. It's all right. It's done. So I think we can leave off of that actually. Like
Okay.
that vision that you got, go with it, because also everything that you need to bring that vision into fruition is given to you. It's there. The people come. I'll say this one last thing. I am currently pregnant, and I have a toddler who's going to be 2 in April. And so relocating again, right now with another baby, and just relocating with a child on the way and a child already here, and like just by myself is a little bit nerve wracking, because my mom is, I have support, but everyone couldn't just like get up and come. But what I'm saying is, people that I connected with 2 years ago showing up for me like in ways that I can't. If I had a magic wand, I couldn't even have made it up, because my mind can't even fathom the level of love and support that I have been receiving. So I never had a fear like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do it now with like pregnant, and like how am I gonna navigate? I never once had that. Even at the airport, nobody was at the airport. Nobody was in security. I'm like, oh, okay. We got to the airport. Like, it's just been amazing, the level of love and stuff. So when you get a vision, God makes provisions, and the people that you least expect, they gonna show up for you and do what you like. I'm telling y'all, I don't have the words to express the level of love and support that I have. Even today, me and the baby went to go get something to eat, and the restaurant we went to was closed, and the owner was there. She was like, I'm gonna feed you. I'm like, no, we'll go somewhere else, you're closed. And she was like, nope, you're pregnant, you have the baby, y'all need to eat. And then she sat me down to eat, and then she told me like what the total was gonna be, and I didn't have any cash. And then she was like, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. She gave me a kiss on the cheek, gave Phoenix a banana, and sent us on our day and told us to be careful. But again, like, it's just your angels be coming through. They just be coming through. And I'm a part of a sister and mama circle. And the sisters and the mamas are alternating who's going to bring me food every day. Like, they're alternating who's going to take care of me in postpartum. because they don't believe that wherever you come from, they don't believe that any mama. They believe that community. I don't care if you got 10 daddies. I don't care if you got 3 husbands, 2 mamas. I don't care. Community about to show up. So the whole community is like, all right, mama, on Thursday, I'm coming by. And then the next mama's like, all right, on Friday, I'm coming. And then the other mama's like, I'm coming to wash your sheets. I'm like, yeah. Okay. All right. But again, I couldn't even fathom that. And that's me putting God in a box. Because God is just God. And it's no way I can even be like, okay, this is the type of, like now I'm like, I can't even be like, okay, this is the type of support I need. Like, this is how much money I want to make. Like, I can't even play with God like that. I can't play with God like that. I'm just going to say, okay, God, like I want, just being specific, but I can't even give details because my details and what I get, it is off, way off. I need to stop because I'm not good at this. But we really are good at that. But I say that to say, any type of fear or anything like that is just false evidence appearing real, and it's okay. Like, keep pushing. So, I can close with that. I'll say, but just the level of support and compassion and love from people that you least expected from has been really grounding, really liberating. Like, every single day, me and Phoenix just go say hello to the ocean. She's like, hello, ocean, right? Hello, ocean. You look so beautiful today, right? So we just tell the ocean how beautiful she is looking, how how amazing she sounds, and like, we're so present. But we can be so present because now I have a level of support and comfort that I don't have to question. Mm-hmm. Don't feel shaky. I'm not begging nobody to, like, it's just peaceful. So whatever you desire, do it. Don't second guess it because God got you. And think bigger than big because God is bigger than big. So keep thinking bigger than big because it gets really good here. So I would love to see everyone join me and my mom, like, for the 4-day course, because it's powerful. Like, we've done 6-week programs, we've done 2-week programs, and to sum everything up into 4 days is going to be very intense, but the intention is to be more focused on exactly what you need, not a generic thing. What do you need? What are your blockages? And this is the first time we've done this. This is the very first time we've done this, and it'll be the last time we do it at this price point, if I'm being real. I will say that. So if you can take advantage of that, do so. And if you want to, well, your retreat ain't open no more, right? Your retreat is closed.
No, it's closed. It's next like 10 days from something like that. Yeah. I don't even know. I don't even know what day it is. All I know is what day I'm coming back to Costa Rica.
Yes.
Soon.
So, yeah. I was going to invite everyone to come sign up for your retreat in Costa Rica, but it's closed. So y'all going to have to get on the waiting list.
Next one.
But her book is great. The free download, that's something to get you started. Don't do that. And yeah, if you can join us in 2 weeks for the workshop, I don't think you stop doing that. I don't think that's something you want to miss.
Oh, it's
trying to eat lip gloss. Okay, look, come tell everybody good night. Come here. Come here. Say good night.
Good
night.
What's the matter, Mama? Good night.
I said I love you, Omi.
I love you too, Mama.
Say it clear. Say it clear so she can understand you. Say my Omi. I love you. Yeah, you. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, and say good night, everybody that's on the call.
Good night.
Say everybody on the call good night. And have a great, great, great sleep. Yes. All right. So thank y'all for hopping on tonight. We're gonna save it so you can rewatch it. If something dropped in your spirit. Hmm? Yeah. Yeah. Show me your nose. Where's your nose?
I
Yes.
see your nose. I see you. Yeah.
Where's your mouth?
Mouth.
Yes. But we're gonna go to bed now. And like I said, I appreciate everyone for hopping on. Mom, I love you. And
I
I'm
love you too.
excited for you to be here. We're counting down. We are excited. Oh, I ran into the ocean today. I was crossing the bridge. I know. We were headed to the bank. It was interesting. I had a very interesting day. I ran into 2 people, but I'll tell you about it offline.
Okay.
But yeah, very cool day. But
Perfect.
good night, everybody. The link is in the bio. Make sure you follow Mommy. If you are here from Mommy's page, make sure you follow me. And yeah, let's just stay connected. All right. Say, have a good day, everybody. Have a good night.
All right. Good night.
All right. All right. Later.
Later.